It's good to be back on Cut. In case you missed it, Volume 5 dropping tomorrow alongside Story of the Week content, which has been delayed. We still don't know the champions, though, for Story of the Week. But starting out with Jack Campbell, in my opinion, probably the worst card of the batch tomorrow. Only 84 speed. We have multiple linebackers with 85 plus speed. I guess the one positive with Jack Campbell, he is pretty tall. I believe he is 6'4 or 6'5. That's what his cards were last year in MUT. So I think he's pretty tall. That's like his one benefit, I would say. Next up, we've got Brian Branch, another safety with around 87 speed, another Bama card, man. The In Case You Missed the Promo is aka the Bama program, or Bama promo, but it kind of makes sense. Good zone coverage, 87 zone coverage, again, good speed. Overall, got a great MUT 25 base card, now has a great In Case You Missed the card. Should be the premium player of this drop, probably above 400, 500k. Tyler Linderbaum, the center. We've been kind of needing a center. It was the only position on the offensive line where we didn't have some sort of In Case You Missed It or promo cards. This was much overdue to be getting a center. Tyler Linderbaum, though, Iowa Hawkeye. I think he's now the second. Well, we have Brandon Scherf at right guard. Now Tyler Linderbaum, that Iowa Hawkeye theme team, virtual theme team on the offensive line, getting pretty good. So it's good to see, though, we get a center upgrade finally. Next up, another Baltimore Raven, Zay Flowers from Boston College. 87 speed. We've been getting that kind of 87, 88 speed wide receiver batch right now. So it's not like we don't have super fast receivers, but he also is one of the smaller receivers of that batch. Maybe he has better, change of direction, agility. His juke move and spin move, I would assume, is really good, right? Almost like a very good running back after the catch. That's what he's known for. So hopefully his card can apply that in game. And then your final card might be the best card in terms of comparison to other players at this position. Jalen Carter, 87 D tackle from the Georgia Bulldogs, 83 speed. I believe the second fastest D tackle in the game right now is 78 speed. It's a Notre Dame base card. This card is going to be very good for the AA gap, for like all types of just everything for defense, man. Jalen Carter, this D tackle, great block shed, 87 acceleration too. Like, he could damn near play outside linebacker if he really wanted to. Jalen Carter is going to be a force to be reckoned with. That is your In Case You Missed It Volume 5 dropping. Expect to be dropping tomorrow in Cut. If you want extended coverage of the market and how I make my coins in College Football 25, subscribe to the Coin Bible exclusively on Team Get Lucky. And a little reminder before, in case you missed, the content does drop tomorrow. If you're able to get onto your console, if you have any 80 to 82 overall, in case you missed the players, they are still heavily inflated because of the set objective we did receive Monday. I mean, you can see they're going for 21, 22, even 23k now for 80 to 81. So make sure you go into your binder. You have any of these players lying around, go ahead and sell them. They're up double, triple, quadruple the amount they were this past week. But like I mentioned earlier, Story of the Week content has been delayed from this Tuesday. We don't really know where it is. If I want to give a prediction of what conferences we see, we still have not seen the little Pac-12 that we still have of the two schools, but the ACC, I don't believe has gotten a content drop release. SEC, right? SEC has, I think earlier, yeah, they had LSU. So we're probably going to be seeing, ACC, maybe the Pac-12, maybe the Mountain West, some sort of conference like that. They haven't even tweeted out the cards yet, so we have no idea what we're getting. It's now targeted to go live alongside In Case You Missed It tomorrow, but at this point, who knows if we're getting Conference Story of the Week content. As for some other news and information, Season 1 is sort of wrapping up. We only have 2 weeks left, or a little bit over. It's 15 days, a few hours. A little bit over 15 days left in Season 1. People are now finally able to get up and get the 87 overall Harold Perkins Jr., but also, I think, almost a hidden reward to the field best. And I've been asking for this for years in MUT, and I'm glad they put it in Cut. The Season 1 token is not what you think it is. It's not like an XP boost or anything. No, it actually is a token for where you can upgrade one of your 84 overall season players, which include Nick Singleton, Will Howard, Kobe Bryant, as well as the defensive end from Kentucky that I do not have currently. Again, you can upgrade them to 89 overall. That should be available for most people starting next Monday, which, again, really cool to see. I don't know if any, I think there's some people that have gotten the token already, so we know some of the stats for these cards. Maybe I could try to find them for another video, but who are you guys going to be choosing for your upgrades? If I had to go with a player, and I don't even know if it's available right now because there's no like token to put the player in, so maybe it goes live next Monday or the following Monday, or maybe even it's after Season 1 ends. If I had to probably choose a player now, Will Howard is probably going to be the best quarterback in the game with the token. The problem with that is abilities on quarterbacks don't really matter, and the minute we get a better quarterback than that, Will Howard then kind of becomes irrelevant, and I think it's going to be a system where you put the token in. Maybe it's not. Now that I think about it, maybe you can put the token in, take it out, put it on a different player. That would be really, really cool, or maybe it's like a set that we have to do. But Kobe Bryant, for me, is probably going to be the choice, right? Even though he's a corner, I classify them as defensive backs. So I have at least 4 to 5 defensive backs that are going to play on the field for me. And an 89 overall Kobe Bryant, considering this 84 overall card is really, really good. He should have somewhere around 88, 89 speed. And his man and zone coverage is going to be amazing. 6 foot tall. Of course, Nick Singleton might be the eventual, running back killer to Judkins. But running backs now with the kind of a little bit of a nerf with the latest patch and title update. I don't know if I'm going to be going with Nick Singleton. So Kobe Bryant is probably my choice, but let me know down in the comments who you guys are going to upgrade to 89 overall. But now let's hop into the market for a little bit. Let's be honest though, there's not too much to talk about, right? We're going towards the end of Season 1. We're kind of all used to this content schedule over the past few weeks. Only 2 more weeks and we're going to be getting some brand new promos, some brand new content. So it'll be more exciting to talk about the market. The biggest thing though that I've tried to tell everybody is this is a hyper sensitive market. I think you guys have seen it over the course of this past week. Whenever the new content drops, the old content just absolutely crashes. And this doesn't just apply to, champions too. It also applies to LTDs. I've seen AJ Brown crash in price. And of course, starting tomorrow with, in case you missed it, right, you're going to see probably Todd Gurley, Nick Bosa, Brandon Scherf, Hunter Renfrow. If it's anything like Legends, these cards are going to be around 40,000 coins. And then even getting higher, with Timmy Jernigan, Jason Morrow, these cards are probably like in the mid 60s, low 70s maybe. And going even higher to the 86 overalls. Again, you're going to see, we saw 86 overalls as low, I believe, as like 75, 80k. Again, for Myles Garrett and stuff. So I'm probably expecting most of these 86 overalls that are in the mid 100s, right? Like 150, 160, probably in the low 100s this batch around, which will be cool to see, right? Makes these cards very, very affordable, right? Zaven Collins, I still think one of the most underrated cards in the game, only going for 162k. Like, imagine if he's 110k tomorrow. That is a great card for a great price. O-linemen are probably the best cards at rebounding on the market just because they're so rare at that position, right? Like Cody O'Connell's the only high-rated left guard in the game. Ben Powers still the highest-rated right guard in the game. Stuff like that. Now, right tackle's been a little bit weird because there's so many of them. So they've actually become very, very cheap, which is weird to see because right tackle is usually the most rare position in the game. Christian Wilkins might be the biggest dropper on the market tomorrow because of that Jalen Carter. He's been anywhere from 200k all the way up to 275k this past week. He probably gets down into the mid 100s, and we'll see what safeties do, right? Like Derwin James. Mink Fitzpatrick already has kind of dropped a little bit as the announcement of Brian Branch being put in the game. Brian Branch realistically is just a faster version of Mink Fitzpatrick, so Mika cannot be too expensive as Brian Branch gets added to the game. But again, this doesn't just extend to in case you missed the cards, man. Right, you guys saw Ultimate Alumni this past week, the 86 overall champions. Super drop once again, right? Micah Parsons and Saquon Barkley went from 300k pretty much to 150k and have been around that ever since. Lamar Jackson went from like 320, 330 down to like 250. Right now, he is still at around 250,000 coins. And then even Will Anderson, right, was brand new 87 overall. He's down to, or he's at 200k. He probably drops into the mid 100s come this Friday. So it's very important, in my opinion. I know it's a hassle, right? It's annoying to a degree, but selling off your cards, even just the day before your content, again, like selling Ultimate Alumni Thursday or Wednesday night preferably, it can save you so many coins, but then just buying them back Friday morning. Like, you don't have to wait that long. Just sell them probably like 30, 34, 32 hours in advance, and you're going to save, 20, 25% of that card. It's really cool to see. Like, if you have Romo Dunze right now, and he's going for 300k, I would sell him because he's probably going to be in the low 200s come Friday, right? So you'll be able to pick him up for pretty cheap. And then, yeah, you guys saw Legends, or I accidentally clicked in case you missed it. You guys saw Legends this past Sunday. This is the cheapest I've ever seen like a Legend promo ever in an Ultimate Team. Now, this isn't, I'm on the 86 filter, but the 85 overall Legends were all under 50k. Most of them, except for Ray Lewis and Booker McFarland, were under 40k. They're still pretty cheap, right? Some of them are under 50k. Most of them are under 60, 75k. But man, like every single time there's a new content drop for Legends, like these things tank in price, and it depends how cheap they are and how much they rebound. But man, I have never seen such a cheap market in terms of champions. And like, these cards are all good, but you don't necessarily need them to play the game, in my opinion, either, which is cool to see. But Chad Johnson, Max Crosby, really cheap. Chris Johnson, in my opinion, still the second best running back in the game. You can get him for 125k. And then I haven't actually checked up on the new legends. Larry Tunsil's around 200. Let's see what Hallman's at. 300k. Not that bad for an 87 speed safety, right? We'll see if Brian Branch. If Brian Branch is like 500, 600k to borrow, then Hollyman looks like a pretty good deal for his card. And then Desmond Howard does go out of packs tomorrow morning. So if you're looking to pick him up for your team, tonight is going to be the time to get Desmond Howard. Decent little investment, I'll be honest. 88 speed, comparable with Luther Burden. We probably aren't going to get an 88 speed receiver until we get another overall boost, other than maybe getting another LTD. So Desmond Howard, if you want to pick him up, make sure you pick him up before it goes out of packs tomorrow morning. But that's going to be it for Market Tuesday on College Football Ultimate Team. Sorry for the lack of content. I would say the lack of content probably for the next week, right? It is Madden week, so I'm a little bit busy just with everything. It's my first week doing dual content, so Madden is going to be a little bit more of a priority this week. But College Football Ultimate Team, from stuff that I've seen inside of MUT, College Football Ultimate Team is going to have a place in my heart. The menus, the re-rolling, the packs to open, Cut. I did a really good job this year within the menus and how they're doing all things, and hopefully it finally starts to get its respect that it was due, because MUT has a lot of issues right now, and MUT didn't really change anything from last year to this year, and they didn't really take anything from Cut, whereas, like, I love the field pass. Again, I love the rerolls. Opening packs isn't that bad in the random champions. I really like with Cut. So that's gonna be all for this video, but be on the lookout for more content later on this week. If you have any questions, comment below, like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you are new, and until next time, peace.